Welcome back to another episode of Trailblazers. I'm Nan, the CSL Trailblazer number 89, and this week we're taking it back from the beginning. Episode 1, if you remember, the most popular episode on this channel, Softening and Politeness. But this time, part 2. That's right, I got more. As I discussed in that episode, which you can check out right up here, it was the most popular one, still is, for a reason. We need to understand that English speakers, including myself, because I'm one, we are sensitive. And we don't like directness, and we don't like it because we get offended very easily. And there's many cultural reasons for this that I can't go through in this short video that I'm doing. But I want to focus on the language that tells you as a listener when somebody is using it towards you. And maybe you can even adapt it when you're writing an email or talking to an English speaker so that you can make sure that you don't offend or make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. All right, we feel uncomfortable about being direct from both sides, okay? We don't like receiving it, and we don't like giving it. The criticism or anything that might seem like an order or a demand, we put up the shields and we say, whoa, how dare you? Yeah. So I'm going to go through a bit more language that might come in helpful for professionals that work maybe in a global community of people and deal with this kind of communication. This is going to be useful for you. Sit tight right after this message. We're getting right into it. Welcome back. Remember, you can get more teacher tips, lesson ideas, and updates on these videos that get released on the channel by signing up for the Freshen Up Fridays newsletter in the link below. Everything is on the nandis.eu website that I run in case you want to check out some stuff there, but the newsletter will keep you updated. All right, without further ado, let's get into politeness and distancing and softening, the critical element of intercultural communication nowadays. So the first category I want to cover is information may not be true. That's how I'm labeling it. And what I mean by that, reporters and journalists use this language very often so that they can distance themselves from the information that they are giving the public because they want to make it clear that this is not their opinion, this is not their information, this is what they're being told or what they've heard. However, if you're saying it, you could be also hiding the fact that you really do know for sure the information is true. But again, you are very strategically, I might add, distancing yourself so that the person doesn't think it's you who is making the decision or the source of the information. So what kind of language am I talking about here? Apparently, the boss is very upset with the team. Apparently, there's going to be a reshuffling of the team members for the project. Apparently, the project has been canceled. Okay? It seems that the team leader has lost his position. As far as I know, there's going to be a team reshuffling because some of the members weren't working well together. Okay? To the best of my knowledge, there was a conflict within the team. Okay? I've distanced myself from this news or this information by using that language. I've made it clear and I've been concise that it's not I who's made this decision or know for sure, but it's what I've heard or maybe read somewhere. Okay? So this is one form of distancing. Moving on to another form is reformulating something too strong or too definite. So the language here is I mean. That's to say, at least, and rather. All right, so there's a couple of different techniques here. If I say that if you want to improve your fluency, you should practice being more concise, that is to say, use less words to say more. I've used the exact same language here for giving a definition as a teacher in a classroom. So that's one use right there. But another one can be, oh, apparently they're reshuffling the team because there was a conflict within it. Okay? That is to say, Peter and Mike don't have the same way of working. Okay? Or that is to say, you and me will probably not be working together anymore. All right? So think of this language as paraphrasing what you have just said, or rephrasing it, rephrasing what you just said in order to make it a little bit more clear. So that's another way of softening our language when we're talking to somebody, or simply just being more clear. Again, it's fluency, which is essential for most of the students that I teach. So for teachers watching this video, that might be useful language for you to cover with them. Let's move on to the next category. I got negative questions become a suggestion. Now this is a minefield because in many languages you got to be careful about giving advice. That's right. I've heard that we shouldn't give advice unless someone asks for it. And that's probably important to remember, because even with suggestions, it can come off as a demand or an order if you phrase it the wrong way. So with English speakers, the same holds true. We can make it a lot softer, and I'll tell you how. Instead of saying it would be better to speak to the team before you go to the boss, you can say, wouldn't it be better to talk to the team before you go to the boss? Or why don't you speak to the team first before you go to the boss about it? Boom! Right there. Question formed, giving a suggestion. Double punch right there. Very, very useful. All right, I'm moving on to past plus continuous. What do I mean by that? You'll see in a second. I got a few examples. So the first, guess what? The first one is, I wonder if I can. 2 levels of distancing out there, everybody. What are they? I was wondering if I could. I was wondering if I could take a day off next week, boss. Instead of, I wonder if I can take a day off next week, boss. Want more? I got it for you. Okay? I hope you will. Turns into, you guessed it, I was hoping you would. I was hoping you would come to me first before you went and told the team about it, yeah? I got one more. I think we can, or I think we will, turns into, that's right, I was thinking we could go on vacation abroad this year. Now that one is non-professional context, but the same rules apply. You can be in an informal context, and again, you want to be diplomatic or soft with maybe your suggestion about where we should go as a group or as a family even on vacation. Okay? Just wanted to throw that example in there. All right? So that's all I got for you. I hope you find it valuable. Thank you for your viewership. I'd love to get comments on this video if possible on what you think about the language I've shared today. It should be incredibly useful for those of you who work with people internationally. And again, if it's an Italian and a Polish, or a German and a Spanish person, or a Greek and an Italian, maybe you're not going to need that language as much. But it never hurts to be able to soften or distance yourself, or find a gentler way to say no or give bad news when you're writing that email, or when you're talking to a group of people or one person. Again, it can't hurt. It's useful to know. It's an aspect of fluency with English learning, and it's also very closely attached to intercultural competence. Boom! I'm out of here. ESL Trailblazer, I'm Nandis. Thanks again. Take care. Make sure you share and make something happen. Be proud, teachers. Build that momentum. I'll see you back here for the next episode. The Big 90. Got a good episode ready for you. Later.